So sensory issues in regarding to ADHD, how do they get together?
Yeah, they're common, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. So when people talk about sensory things, it's either usually hypersensitivity to sensory experiences. That might be like really sensitive to sound, so people feel like they have to cover their ears, or find it very, very stressful being in loud or unpredictable noise situations, or it could be light, going into bright fluorescent rooms. That kind of thing might be very difficult. So sometimes people feel like, kind of wearing a lens could be helpful, or dimming lights would be even better. But sometimes you haven't got much control over those things. Or sometimes tastes and smells, or kind of clothing being extremely uncomfortable. So there's sort of that hypersensitivity, and then people have sensory under-arousal and they're kind of sensory seeking. They really feel like they need sensation. They love really unusual tastes, or really hot curries, or they feel like they have to move all the time, or kind of drawn towards loud music and can only concentrate if they're listening to heavy metal or something terrible, through headphones when they're doing their work, or those sorts of things. So it's kind of under and over sensory things, and different people will have a different profile. So even within the the neurotypical population, people often have some sensory bits. Like I hate crinkles in my socks and just can't stand it. I have to change my shoes if my laces are too tight. I really hate that, and my socks, it's just that kind of tactile stuff. But sometimes for people with ADHD or people on the autism spectrum, they seem to be more common and can cause a lot of stress and distress. And so if you modify the environment, it can reduce those stresses. Or sometimes if you use things that help you, so if you have sensory sensitivity to sound, some people might find wearing earbuds or ear protection helpful. And I actually did a medical certificate for somebody I saw on Monday who wanted permission to wear an earbud in one ear when they were doing school or work, because they found that really helped them in loud, unpredictable noise environments. So occupational therapists have a whole raft of interventions, but often you can find some of that stuff online, what might help for particular things. And it's just trying to set yourself up so that you can cope with environments that are a little bit challenging for you, or if they continue to be challenging, maybe that you only stay on that for a period of time and you give yourself a bit of a break. Schools are getting quite good, so kids with ADHD often very restless, and fidget toys or sitting on a unconventional chair or something like that can be very helpful. So it really is just experimentation and finding what works for you. But,
What works for you?
I don't know.
Got the headphones.
Yeah, I got my headphones.
Headphones?
And noise cancelling earbuds.
Yeah, I like noise cancelling.
So, but I don't use them that much because, I can't in class.
Yeah.
I mean, I can, but they're usually talking at us, so I kind of have to listen, which is really annoying. But and other times when I'm just doing my work and do the chili rack, I'm feeling, and I also really overwhelmed and just need a break from noises and.
Yeah. You're already doing some of those things, but sometimes it's hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like this kid I saw, was really keen to have some little music going, and it didn't need to be loud. It was just sort of, so he wasn't attending to everything else that was going on.
Yeah.
I found that quite helpful, but it was interesting. He thought just one ear was fine.
Yeah.
It was kind of interesting.
That's interesting.
I hadn't heard that before.
No.
Either.
Yeah. Learn something every day.
Yeah. And some teachers are more receptive to it than
Yeah.
others.
Yeah.
But years in the class is definitely been helpful.
But if there is something, getting a note from your GP or, that's absolutely fine. They'd be pretty happy to do that, I'm sure.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. Great. So, on the Listening to Families website, there's going to be a video on sensory regulation issues. And so, it'd be helpful for people that are listening to this and want to know a little bit more to get some good detail from somebody that knows a bit more about it than I do.